Alright everybody, we are back for another draft today. Yesterday's draft went so badly that we decided to do another one the very next day. So here we go, let's try it out. Oh, on the hunt. I don't like on the hunt. I know some people do, but it's just not great. The other option here is probably mortar. If we're looking at a single color card, probably something like... Actually, all the other single colored cards are pretty terrible. You could take Cerso's Meddling, or the Alluring Ember, or the Banner, but we're probably just going to take mortar. Okay, following that up with a Rock Slide. Or Swindle. I also am a big fan of Amarone Archaeologist, which I might take that instead. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Hedges a little bit. I like Swift Stranger quite a bit. Blinky it is, or we could take the Sky Crag Stranger. Let's take Blink Wolf. Hey look, we got rewarded. There's another stranger right there, which we will pick up this time. Outland's Brute is very good. It's between Outland's Brute and Thunderhoof Warrior. Thunderhoof Warrior is easier to cast if fire ends up being our splash color, which it doesn't really look like that at the moment, but you never know. Let's take the warrior. Here I'm going to take Audacious Bandit. I actually really like that card. And here the pick is Skywalk Instructor. This has gone up a bit in rating for me. In the beginning of the format I didn't value it very highly, but it's not too bad being able to give, you know, one of your other units flying, especially if it's a big Terrazon or something. We could take the Snow Checker, but I'm not a fan of that card at all. We could also take a Meddling. I think we're probably going to be fine on the 4-drop slot, so let's go ahead and take the Cersos. I'm happy to take the Drake. It's gotten a lot better. With that additional 1 power made it so much better. There's also Pit Fighter, which I like. We'll take Voyaging Lumen here. It's just a big dumb 5/5. Fanatic in the sideboard. Alright, well, it's hard to lose if you've got a Morningstar in your deck. So we're going to take it. Other options here would be, if we were at all close to Justice, Gilded Glaive is very good. Same thing with Awakened Student. We appear to be like Skycrag. Skycrag was pretty open, so I don't want to take a double time card. We might splash a time if we get the fixing. But it's much harder to go from Skycrag and splash time than it is to be in Praxis and splash Primal. So let's take the Morningstar here. Well, it looks like we'll be splashing time, at least a little bit, because hunting with Teriax is very, very good. So that's what we're going to take here. There's a lot of Justice left in this pack. None of it very great, but still something to note. We could take a Levitate, or we could take a Savant. I think I like the Levitate here. It's just cheaper. There's some really good choices here. We've got Polymorph, which is an okay removal spell. We've got a Amber Monument, which could be good if we're splashing, which I think we will be. Then just a Wisdom of the Elders. Sorry if you guys hear my cat. She's a little kitten and she got stuck up in the ceiling in the banners. I think that the strongest card is the Monument. Having a card that acts as a power, but then later in the game is also just a 5/5 with Overwhelm is very, very strong. And I feel like people, I know that they know that the card is good, but I've seen people like take just marginal playables over this before, and I don't understand it. So we're gonna take the Amber Monument. And let's take Terrazon. Like I said, I don't want to be in just straight 3 if I don't have to, but it's possible now that we have more that we might just be practice splashing Primal. So let's take the Terrazon. So here we have a pick between Flash Freeze and Dormant Sentinel. Sentinel is a very good finisher. We already have a Topaz Drake and a Terrazon though. So I think that we will take the Flash Freeze instead. Shiny Ruin. It's between the Frostkin and the Cloud Snake. How many flyers do we have? 1, 2, 3. Let's take the Frostkin. We do need to really start focusing on 2 drops and 3 drops, though. We are totally fine on our top end. We're not going to play any of this probably. Let's like take slow, I guess. I'm not above playing a Humbug. Temper or Yeti Spy? I think I'm going to play Temper. Sure, Recogulator. And a Scaly Gruin. Alright, let me get this cat down because she is freaking out. Alright, sorry about that. Well, Beckoning Lumen is pretty hard to say no to, right? It's just a big Terrazon with upside. Kind of makes me wish we had picked up that camel. But yeah, we're gonna take it here. So this is between Humbug Swarm and Familiar, and I think Humbug Swarm is probably a better card overall, but like I said, we don't have enough early game, and the Familiar actively helps us get to our late game. So, and then just nothing. I guess we have a Cyclops, but that's like double Primal, and we do not have the fixing for that. We don't really have any payoffs for a Young Gun. There's no like weapons. I guess there's Morningstar, but that's it. Let's take the Cyclops. Alright, so here we have a choice between 2 different types of fixing. We could take a banner or we could take the Archaeologist. And I'm going to take the Archaeologist. I like them over the banners. And again here we're going to take the Familiar for the same reasons as before. And I like Cannon Bearer versus Gun Down. There's also the Foothills Alpha, but I don't think that we're sort of shying away from Primal, except for as like a splash. So yeah, let's take Cannon Bearer. Another Mortar, sure. That's a very late Mortar. And a Thunderhoof Warrior or a Caleb's Choice. I feel like this is going to be dead in our hand very often. I like the Thunderhoof Warrior over the Recogulator though. Put a Viper's Bite in our pool. Probably play this Excavation Assistant. This one too. Sand Warrior is gone up in my estimation with the playability of Strangers. Not that we have any to add time influence, but just in general, it's just gotten better. And I kind of want to take the Serpent Trainer, but I think we should take the Elijah Banner, which is what we're going to do. Oof. All right, so there are 4 cards that we're looking at here. The Sapphire Dragon, 6/4 Flying Overwhelm, insane. Twinning Ritual, which could be very good, especially with if you have like an Echo creature, which we don't. Healer's Cloak is just in my opinion, a good card. The life gain is relevant. All that's better in Xenon. And then there's a Camel, which goes well with our Becky. This double primal is a little scary. We do have 2 of the Archaeologists, though. Alright, let's take the Sapphire Dragon. Oh, another monument. Yes, please. Sure. There's also a Fortunate Stranger, but we only have 1 other stranger. But let's just take the monument. Like I said, power that can become a 5/5 overwhelm is insanely strong. So here we could take this Felon Stranger for the primal fixing. And because we only currently have 2 2-drops, that's what we're going to do, even though I'd much rather take the Xenon Guardian. And if we had more primal fixing, I would take the False Prince. But we don't, so we're going to take the Stranger. And these picks have been very difficult. This Voyaging Lumen is not going to see play. Unlock Potential is an insanely good card. It's much better if you have a bunch of low-cost units, though. And we are lacking that. False Prince is insane on turn 3. But the chances of us doing that are very small. Although Excavation Assistant helps us find, I guess, those primal sources early. But still, I think we have to take the Elijah Banner. Burnout can be very good. Just 5 damage to any enemy, but you have to sacrifice a unit. We are going to have Excavation Assistance in our deck. But again, our more expensive units are not something that you just want to be sacking unless you're going to kill someone with that. So let's say we could take the Temper. There's also a foil Karmic Guardian. Surprised. I used to have 4 of those, but I disenchanted them when Omens came out so I could craft some of the new cards. I understand that's terrible value, but I didn't care at the time. We can also play another Temper. I think that's probably what we're going to do. Again, I don't really like the Cloud Snake. We don't have a ton of flyers. It's weak on its own. I guess we have the 2 familiars, but still. You know, it is a 2-drop. Maybe I should just take it, but it's a 2-drop in primal. I don't like this. I think we take it. I'm not going to play Levitate over it, I don't think. I will take this Pyre Adept, though. And same with this Sauropod Wrangler. Wow, those were gifts so late. And a Felon Stranger? Alright. Okay, well, sure, we'll take a Hatchling. Alright, well, those last like 4 or 5 picks were insane for us. Alright, let's start from the beginning here. All right, let's add in our power. Got 2 banners, 2 monuments. Let's look at our strangers. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 primal. Just from our banners and our strangers. It's not bad, not bad. Alright. Let's look at our base. Primal cards here. Alright, and let's add in the Sapphire Dragon, the Double Mortar, the Hatchling, and the Instructor. These 2 are very good, but they're much better in like Found Tempo or Skycrag, where you're not going to be spending a lot of time spinning your wheels trying to get your your sources. Oh, puts at 17 power. We probably want to be at 18. I can see cutting the Swift Stranger. It's just a 4-mana 3/3 with charge, and we don't have a. We're more likely to get punished by the opponent's strangers than our own. Let's cut the Stranger. Add power. So that would be 9 primal sources, which is good, but too many. Fire is 6, 7, 8. That's probably better. And what about our time? 6, 7, 8, 9. That's pretty good. All right, let's do this.